This is episode number 17 already. Let's continue with the news article where the local news media Examiner Echo Live publicly defamed me with the lies made by the Garda, Irish Garda, and the falsified details statements given by them, plus their biased exaggerations, which were all told in their own favor. Mr. Butmer said the defendant had no previous convictions in Ireland or in China. Of course, I don't have any. Like I said, I work into education, me myself. I'm a work professional. Like what kind of convictions could I have there? He said the Gardaí did give her an opportunity, leave the scene on the occasion, but she stayed to protest, claiming she was being treated unfairly. Unfairly, a neutral word put in here. And perfectly disguised the inhuman criminal behavior conducted by Margaret Walsh and the Garda Garbrannan with a bunch of guards inside the target station who abused me, assaulted me too much behind the scene. Sergeant Giro Davis said the background to the case was that Jin Tang is a Chinese student who arrived in Ireland on March 16th. Well, for this background, the simple background about my arriving date in Ireland is correct. But for the other background about how Margaret Walsh abused me, kicking me out without paying me back with her agent, hostingpower.ie, and made me homeless on the street, did the Sergeant Giro Davis give the true details there for the background? No, not even one word given out here. And how the Garda sided with her? No details given either. And was staying in a rented room at the Parker Mall. I have to point out as number 22 Parker Mall. P31YR92, Ballincollig, Cork. Yeah? So why the Sergeant Giros omitted all the critical true facts about the background there, which actually initiated the disaster to me. Initiated a wrongful court case that the Garda intended to impose upon me here. On Sunday, March 19th, the homeowner informed Ms. Tang that she was terminating her lease and was giving her 7 days notice. What a load of crap. What a load of lies told by you Irish Garda. Was that told by you, Garda Garbrannan? I believe so. Because you imposed on me this court case. You sent me to the court, right? Of course, the next day, I was escorted to the court by the bunch of colleagues at the target station. The target Gardaí made up all the lies with the 7 days notice that the homeowner terminated her lease. Margaret Walsh, she didn't have any lease. She had nothing. She had my cash payments. I booked her accommodations through the website hostingpower.ie, and with 2 pages of house rules, that's it. And this Garda made up these lies for her to try to emphasize, maybe to look like, to make the public audience or the public readers to believe that the Margaret Walsh is right, yeah? To make Margaret Walsh didn't do anything wrong to me, because this news article published, what's the purpose? To humiliate me, yeah. Nothing else. It's nothing else but to humiliate me, defame me, with all the forged injustices, all the imposed injustices, disgrace, shame that the Garda intended to throw upon me. So every time when I refer back to this, just full of, I can't ease my anger. Yeah, I can't ease my resentments buried in here. Evil Gardaí. Very professional liars. Irish Garda. Miss Tang left the house immediately at 4:50 p.m. on March 22nd. The landlady contacted Gardaí in a distressed state to say that Miss Tang was banging on her door and is threatening her. Ashamed on her, for what she did to me. Gardaí arrived at the scene and met Miss Tang, who was extremely irate and abusive. They have to specifically emphasize, made this exaggeration, that me, the one being extremely irate and abusive, perfectly covered up their own extreme abusive, aggressive, inhuman, and cruel, abusing and threatening, intimidating me behind the scene, back there, which were unfortunately all covered up by themselves. None single word were told, given out here by the news. Miss Tang stated that she was present to retrieve a cup for washing powder again, which she had left behind her. Just because I mentioned about that, my brand new container of washing liquid, you have to twist it as a cup for washing powder to humiliate me further. Once this was returned, Miss Tang refused to leave, stating she was not leaving until she got her self-esteem back and was also seeking compensation for stress. Did I ever get that even get that container of washing liquid back to me? Not at all. Gallagher Brannon, did you just took that container of liquid from me? I got nothing back. You returned that container, that cup of washing powder to whom? Not me. For stress, just compensation for stress. I need a compensation for Margaret Walsh's inhuman criminal eviction behavior, which caused me damages to my life too much, caused me too much extra losses, harm, and plus most important, my health conditions generate from there. She was shouting and abusive. This article, they just from the very beginning until the end, they try to emphasize that I was the one being shouting and abusive, and there were numerous non-members of public passing by. I was wondering where those numerous passers-by. I never seen any passing by during my confrontation outside the front yard with these two bastard Gardaí from Ballincollig, Gallagher Brannon and Aidan Barry. Gardaí attempted to reason with Miss Tang for 30 minutes. Reason with me. Listen, how the Garda told my story, okay? You want to hear the two sides of the story. This is the version of the story told by the Garda. The Garda reasoned with me 30 minutes. Did they? They chased me, threatened me away, abusively, intimidated me to fuck off, go back to my country. That's how they reasoned with me 30 minutes. And gave her numerous directions. What a joke. To leave the area, but she failed to do so. Once Miss Tang had been escorted to the top of the estate, she phoned the homeowner. Why not giving out her name, Margaret Walsh, if she's so fair and square, she's so upright a person? Have to with the pronoun, the homeowner. And again began to threaten her down the phone. I did, as I said, I did dial her number. After the Gardaí chased me onto the far end of the road, outside there. I dialed her number. I say, Margaret Walsh, get out. I shouted for the last time because she didn't answer my phone. She didn't pick up my phone. So is it like that this Gardaí claimed that I was roaring in the street? Gee. Miss Tang was arrested and taken to Target station, where she was offered an adult caution. But she refused and said she would rather go to court instead. That's not adult caution. It's an offense statement. They forced me to sign on it. I refused.